Okay, so I'm gonna start and I'm gonna open this up the way it would come for you guys if you got it. And so what we have here is a fetal pig. So what that means is that this this piglet was born dead. So this wasn't this piglet wasn't killed for us to look at it. And what happens? So I'm just cutting open the container, but you can see what it looks like inside. And now my kiddo's coming over to look too. So that's what it looks like.
It's just close to you.
As my kiddo says, they have a particular smell, and that's what makes it so that they kind of don't go bad. So that we can see what's inside and we can learn from that. So if you do this, if you order your own,
will you get a gas mask for me?
I'm not going to get a gas mask for you. So, well, if you're not interested, please. I'm doing this for my class. So this is what he looks like. Okay. So like I was saying, this is not a pig that would have been alive. This was a piglet that was born dead. And so the farmers, which had nothing to do with him, said, okay, we know that science teachers are very interested in having and being able to learn from what's inside so that their students can learn what's inside. And so they keep them and they put them in these chemicals that my kiddo was telling you smell. It's kind of hard to describe. They smell a lot like alcohol, but it makes it so that we can actually see what's inside. So if we're just looking at the outside, we can see that they have a bit of a tail. We can see some ears. We can see, the eyes weren't really completely formed. Like we said, this piglet was stillborn. We can see their mouth. We can see, if you remember when we looked at the skeleton, remember they're a little bit different. Up here is their shoulder, but this is their elbow. And then right here is their wrist, and then they had basically like they were walking on their phalanges. So they're a little bit different there. And you can kind of see what they look like. But what we haven't discussed yet is what's inside, right? We've talked about our muscles. We've talked about, the things that move our arms and legs. We've talked about our skeleton, and we've talked now about our head, and our senses. So now what we're going to do is we're going to explore inside. We're going to say what's there. And so if you see right here, if you see this coming out, this is what connected this pig to the mom. This is the umbilical cord. And we're going to kind of start by cutting around that and seeing what we can see inside. So, I think I wanted to mention before I pause, scalpels. So if you choose to do this, you're going to want to get yourself a scalpel. And these are really sharp. And the thing that I want to point out about scalpels is that they're not saws. They're not to pull hard. With a scalpel, what you want to do is you want to use it very slowly and very lightly and gradually making cuts because they're very sharp. You don't want to try and pull really hard or trying to saw because they can kind of jerk and they can hurt you. For anything like that, you want to use a pair of scissors. Okay, so let me pause and see what we can see around the umbilical cord.